guys, Swivel here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Sorceress from Wave 7, of course. Finally got a Sorceress. It's funny, I was talking about it in the Jitsu video the other day, that I would really like to have a Sorceress, and boop, there she is. Earlier than I anticipated, too, because your boy's kind of broke right now. Not really because of the holidays, because of Four Horsemen. Thanks a lot, guys. You're gonna make me broke again, aren't you? At any rate, we got the Sorceress. She, of course, comes with the mini-comic. The same mini-comic as the other guys in this wave. And a pamphlet on how to properly disassemble figures if you're a dingus and don't know where arms and legs go. But there's the back. Want to know what's inside? Get your own. But this figure's kind of old by now. A lot of people already had her. Not just because of the castle playset, which I still don't have, so unfortunately we won't be comparing the two. But, I do have Tila. And this Sorceress has new legs. I want to see if these legs are good enough for that Tila figure. Because, gosh darn it, the quote-unquote skin flaps of doom here just look absolutely atrocious compared to these knees. So, we're definitely going to take a look-see at that, but getting Sorceress up here, she looks really, really nice. Super Filmation-y. Filmation's not really my jam when it comes to MOTU. I think it's super campy, which I know is the point. People are going to be like, well, you like Filmation. I was born in 1997. What do you want? I like some 80s shows like Transformers and G.I. Joe, but gosh darn it, Filmation He-Man, they just made all the villains idiots, and the people were just too stupid. I guess it's my problem with it, but you know, if people like that, that's fine. But don't be like, you need to like this because this is OG MOTU. No, I like mini-comic stuff. Which I have a rant for my next Origins video. Probably guess what that is, but as far as OG MOTU, I really like the Alcala mini-comic stuff the most. As far as OG canon goes, I'm not really a Prince Adam guy. I thought he was kind of stupid to throw him in there. I much prefer my He-Man to be a barbarian that gets his harness and stuff from the Sorceress. Kind of preferably this Sorceress, and then he teams up with Tila. I'm not really into the whole Green Goddess thing, which I know is part of the mini-comic too. Kind of my own canon, my own head. You can take it or leave it. But this is a cool figure, regardless if you like the source material it stems from. I'm very happy to have a Sorceress, finally. I did not have one before, and now I do, and I'm a happy camper. I didn't have any issues with this gal. I almost said guy. Either. So that's a plus. That's a bonus. But articulation on her head is pretty hindered because of her kind of Egyptian-style headdress piece, but you can move it around. Not too shabby. Shoulders go in and out, up and down. Single joint at the elbow with rotation. She has a rotation in the wrist, which is kind of loose on this side. Not as bad on this side, so that's why the staff's over here. She does have a waist swivel, which works fine. Her hips seem a little bit on the stiff side. This one, not so much. This one's fine. Moves out. Pretty good. Back down, moves forward. This one is kind of tight. I may need to heat that up a little bit. Because it does seem very, very stiff. And I actually just got it to sit down all the way. Holy shit. It was kind of sticky outy a second ago, but now it's not. Okay. She does have a single joint in the knee. I don't know why the chicks are getting super tight knees. I think the goddess was the same way. Rotations, whatever. It's not terrible. And then she's got a boot cut with a hinge in the foot with a rocker. She does have the fuzzy boots too, but they are white. I thought she had brown boots. Either way. But that's the Sorceress. Oh, her wing things do spread out. So you can give her the Jesus Christ pose she usually strikes. Which chances are that's what it's going to look like in the URL. But really nice figure, man. I dig her. Not one of my favorites. I'm going to say I think this is probably my favorite female figure in the line, though. Just because it's not a Tila variant. And I like the wings. The wings add a lot. And her staff is cool. It's very Egyptian. Very Egyptian. So she gets some bonus points for that. But with that being said, that's Sorceress in a nutshell. She's cool. I dig her. Not my favorite in the line, but probably favorite female figure right now. And that's not just because she's new. I'm happy to have her. But with that being said, let's take a look at some comparisons. First up here is the Sorceress next to her beloved daughter, little Miss Tila. And like mother, like daughter, Tila, of course, becomes the Sorceress in most Masters canon. I don't think there's a single one that really has Tila doing much else. Maybe there is one where she takes Man-at-Arms' place and stays that way. Doesn't become the Sorceress, but I don't know. I also don't know a lot about the Anti-Eternia Tila. Kind of curious what her deal is. And then we also have the standard. He's going to be in a lot of my Origins reviews just because he's easy to get to, first and foremost. But it is my favorite. My man, good old Scareglow. And to correct myself from before, because I'm a moron and clearly can't see 2 feet in front of me, Sorceress's boots are freaking blue. They're not white. They're white on the top, and the rest is blue. So there you go. She got blue boots, not white ones. And before we move on to the rest of the comparisons, I figured I would do this off camera quick to save some time. Here is Tila with the Sorceress legs. Here are the original legs. I think the skin tones are close enough. These are obviously a little bit more on the glossy side, while these are a little bit more matte. But if you wanted some better sculpted knees for your Tila figure from Series 1, the Sorceress's legs here are a really nice fit. And the boots fit nice and snug on there as well. I know that's kind of a strange issue going on in this line. Some boots are tighter than others. But on these legs, these boots are nice and snug. So there you go. There's Tila with the Sorceress legs. Looking pretty solid in my opinion. Up next, here she is next to the other figures I've already taken a look at from Wave 7 of the MOTU Origins line. We have Jitsu and Buzzoff, who are, I think, still my favorites from this wave. I know it's only 4 figures per wave, but Jitsu, I've just been looking forward to that guy for a long time, not just for me, but also for my buddy Wampire. Shout out to Wampire. And yes, his hand does pop off. I mentioned that in the review, but in case you missed it, his hand does pop off. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to get it back on there, so it's staying on mine. And then Buzzoff, just a fun figure, and makes me excited for my man next to Scareglow. My guy, my dude. It's Clawful. And Whiplash, because you can't have Clawful without Whiplash. They're the Tweedledee and Tweedledum of 2000X. What can I say? But I gotta tell you, this wave is a little bit better than I originally anticipated. Because first seeing it, I think the problem is we got another Stratos with the blue wings and the red harness. Yeah, stay tuned to the review tomorrow. It's going to be a little ranty. But other than him being the kind of figure of the wave, these 3 right here, really solid. And it kind of helps that I don't have the Grayskull version of Sorceress. That's all white from, is it Temple of Darkness? I want to say that's a mini comic. It kind of helps that I don't have that because I appreciate this one a little bit more so. Have you guys ever experienced that before? I certainly have. I'm going to soon with my Revelation Scareglow, which is on its way from BBTS. Woohoo! And last but certainly not least, we have our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Mandibulus, and Elven Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. overall, and I'm 110% confident in saying that, yeah, this is my favorite female figure in the MOTU Origins line thus far. I just feel like the Evil In figures are kind of a ripoff, and we've had 2 figures utilizing all the Tila parts. It's nice to have one, kind of like She-Ra, who I think is my second favorite, to be honest with you, that's a little bit different. They stand on their own, and while I know the Sorceress has been released before, I don't have that figure. So I do appreciate this one a little bit more so than I would have if I already did have that all-white version of the Sorceress. That said, I think I prefer this to the all-white version just because it feels a little bit more Masters. The other one seems a little bit more... I don't know. I don't want to say it's not Masters, but it's a little bit more bare bones. It seems like it could work in a lot of different fantasy lines. While this one, you definitely know who it is. It's the Sorceress, tried and true with her classic kind of colors. You're not going to think this goes with anything else. The white one you could probably fudge in with other lines. This one, nah, it's the Sorceress. There's no way that it could be anyone else. So, with that being said, if you didn't pick up Castle Grayskull and you are looking for a Sorceress figure at this current time, this one seems to be a little bit easier to get, to be honest with you. The Wave 7 figures seem to be hitting in pretty decent numbers across the US, which is something that kind of surprises me because, well, a lot of the other waves didn't. I think Wave 5 is the only other wave that really kind of hit like Wave 7 is now. I think Wave 6 is just kind of a hit and a miss. It was the holiday season. People needed stuff to buy for their kids, so we didn't see them as often, but they are popping up as well. So, MOTU Origins, the distribution seems to be getting a little bit better. I hope it improves just a tad bit more. I mean, my Target had 3 sets of Wave 7 when I got mine, and then they had almost 2 full sets the week before. So, they're definitely getting these in. But I think it still could be a little bit better. I'm still seeing a lot of He-Mans and Skeletors and not the vintage retro style ones either. I'm still waiting for those to come out. I may just have to order those through Amazon at some point. I don't know, but at any rate, I do have a Sorceress and I am very happy with her. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you are so inclined, please hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one, because we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? If you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions, where you can see me unbox not only this figure, but Stratos together. I don't know if I mentioned it in Jitsu or Buzz-Off's reviews, but I also did a live unboxing for those two. They were 2 separate streams. I did one for each pair, so I did do a live unboxing of Wave 7 on my Instagram. It's a fun time. It's a little bit rambly, but it's a fun time. But, as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, Sorceress.
What is it, Adam?
Tell me the story of how you met Duncan.
Oh, haha. I remember it as if it were yesterday.
Hey, baby. Do the curtains match the drapes or what?
And would prefer not to talk about it.
Why is that?
Hey, baby. You down to tasting some flesh tonight or what?
Oh, dear.
Oh. That's why.